Hey,
Hey, Dr. Dorinda Clark. Oh, I love you. You know what? Let me tell you, the Clark sisters came on in December on The Real, and that was my first time meeting you all live. Lovely as ever, just wonderful, and I'm so happy for your success. And I just want to thank you and your sisters for everything you've done. You've been the soundtrack of gospel for us, especially the Detroiters like me. And I'm just so happy that you took this time out to be with us. So thank you so much. You are blessing us today. How are you, Dr. Dorinda?
I am doing wonderful now that I'm with you quarantining.
How you been during the quarantine?
I've been doing pretty good. This has been a, one of those just cool down, and it's been kind of spiritual for me, getting back into the swing of things, and then, being with my sisters, and then watching all the stuff that's been happening on television, and then watching y'all, because I'm a fan. I'm a real fan of The Real. I am, and I love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for what y'all have done for us. And this has just been absolutely amazing. Congratulations, Loni, on this awesome thing that you're doing. And I think it's perfect for right now because everybody needs right in through here. Right. We need something that can lift us, something that can build our morale, because one thing is about COVID, but then another thing is about the young man that just got killed. And so,
George Floyd,
absolutely. Yeah. So this is what we need right in through the. I think you're right, spiritual, ma'am.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Doctor, I thank you for this time, and we do this every Saturday. You are our guest judge. We had some wonderful, fantastic singers. Do you have any takeaways from that?
Oh my goodness, these were some remarkable singers. Every now and then you hear some dull ones. Oh, you got to focus just a little bit more, But these, you can tell they have somewhat either been in church. I know most of all of them have been in church because, you can't sing like that and not be in church.
Right, exactly.
That talent that they have. And I'm going to tell you about, let me see, the first young man, Robert Ball, and it's always kind of harder for the first one.
Right.
Because they don't want to got to break the ice for everybody else. So I want to congratulate Brother Robert for, being the first one. The only thing that I would say, he's a great voice. He just needs a little bit more confident, just to hit some notes, but he did very well. And this is another suggestion that I think that would help him is standing up. Most all the singers should be standing while they're singing.
Okay.
And the only reason why is because you can project better like you're performing on stage.
Okay.
That's really, really important. So I don't know if Robert was sitting down, because I said if he stood up, he would blow us away. But he has a wonderful voice, and what is it? Kevin Bowman.
Mm-hmm.
Great singer. Great. Oh my! He reminds me of Pastor Winans.
No, he sung that question, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He had it all. I heard you absolutely. And I can tell he actually sings. He must sing with a praise team, because there's no way that you can have that kind of a voice and not sing. You better be singing with a praise team, boy.
That's right. Okay.
It's phenomenal. His tonality was amazing. And I just loved when he went to, I love the Lord, he's so good. When he went to that, it's usually kind of hard to go through that transition of that song because it's like you're in another key. So he did that. It was superb on that. So he did well. The other young lady, Lola, I think she was right.
Yeah.
Lola, oh my Jesus, what a voice you have on you, ma'am. Ma'am, I see why you have CDs out already.
She hit all the registers and stuff.
Yes, Absolutely. I mean, her register. I mean, she had a range that was out of this world. I mean, and then the way she ended the song was, oh wow, girl, you are somebody.
Okay.
Good. She was very good.
And the 14-year-old,
yeah,
I'm saying his name, Makai.
Yeah,
Micah.
Micah. Yeah. Good choice of a song. Andre Crouch song. Yes, he was. I wanted to find out how old was he.
He's 14.
14. He's 14. Mm-hmm. My God, he's got such a future ahead of him. He was powerful. When he opened his mouth, the first thing I thought about, I said, "Wow, what a gift! What a gift!" And then he sings, and he's a preacher too. So you know, he was very good. Kind of got Loni. Kind of got a little bit of Frank Sinatra.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. For a young kid his age, Frank Sinatra, and then you're going into just his own originality was absolutely phenomenal. And then Tish, I think that's her name, Tish.
Yeah, Tish. Yeah.
Tish. Oh my goodness, just simply amazing. And what I loved about her delivery was, to me, impeccable.
Yeah.
Because when you're singing that kind of song, you know, and some songs we don't remember. We remember them, but we're trying to figure out where it came from. Listen, that girl sung that. She has a very soothing voice, very mellow, and have great control. And what I loved about Tish is that her falsetto going into her, from her natural to her falsetto, girl, you couldn't even tell. So amazing. Oh God, you have some wonderful singing. And the other thing about Tish is that she bridged that. She had control with bridging the falsetto. And sometimes that's hard. You can kind of tell when they go into their falsetto. But it was just seamless.
She was smooth with it. Okay.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Then what is her name? Carlita.
Yeah, that was we had Matt, the guy, I call him Matt.
Matt.
My soul is well.
Yes.
It's well with my soul.
It is well with my soul. He did a hymn. Good choice, man. Because sometimes those hymns can be hard. But he was absolutely wonderful. He was a little bit fast, man. You got to slow them runs down so you can get every note. We need to hear every note. Because it's there. And then you were rushing through the song, Matt. I want you to slow it down. You were just absolutely had great control. Your pitch. Everything was just wonderful. And then, of course, the young lady that kind of buffered on us.
Carlia.
Yeah, Carlia. I loved her. I love the way she was, because she played as well as sung. And sometimes that's hard, y'all. Trust me, I know. It's hard to play and sing at the same time. Unless you've mastered it. She did a great job. Great choice of a song, very soulful. And then I heard them growls. Oh, I heard Twinkie up in there, girl. I heard her. She was absolutely wonderful. You have some great singers. And I think the only thing they have to do is just work on just a few little things. Their breathing control was very good. And the only thing I can say, Loni, is that when they're performing, they need to make sure that they're standing up.
Okay.
Look, when they do the finals, I know you're gonna make them stand up.
Well, thank you so much for your input, Dr. Clark Cole. But I also want to talk about this fabulous new album that the Clark sisters have. It's called Return. I've been listening to it all morning. This is the 17th completed album by the Clark sisters. You've got our boy Rodney Jerkins that helped produce it, Jermaine Dupri. The first single was Victory. Tell me about coming back together as a group in this phenomenal album.
Yeah, this is the return. The name of the album. But we were so excited to be able to come back again, because we thought, Loni, you know, the last record we did was One Last Time. And so everybody kept saying, no, y'all gonna have to come back after this. It can't be no last time. It's gonna happen. So my brother-in-law, Bishop Sheard, he said, well, why don't you just we're going to have to make it one last time again. And so we couldn't really come up with the title, but of course, Jay Drew and Kiera came up with the wonderful title, and of course, the staff that worked with us on the album, Return of the Clark Sisters, because it's been a long time since we've been back. We thought it would be a good time to come out, of course, with the movie, the album, and all of these other wonderful things. And then what is the better time to do? We didn't know that we were going to be quarantined.
Right, exactly.
Exactly. So this was amazing for us that God allowed it to happen the way it did, the movie and the album. So, incredible producer, of course. You got Jermaine Dupri, and you have the awesome Rodney Jerkins.
Awesome.
Yeah, then Jay Drew did a whole lot on this album as well. This is the first time he did something with his aunties, and so it was just, and his mama, and it was just absolutely amazing. So we're really excited about it. There's a song on there, Loni, that I think is befitting for right now, and that is Victory.
Yes.
And so we need to claim victory in our home, especially victory in our cities,
yes, in
the country. And, that's what you need to really kind of get through this quarantine time.
Well, you know what? Since we got a little more, just a little few more minutes, I want people that haven't heard of Victory to kind of listen to it while we talk a little bit over it. Mm. But this is such a beautiful song. And you're right. I've been listening to it all morning.
Really?
All morning. The whole album is called Return. The Return of the Clark Sisters, your 17th album. This is one of the premier songs, Victory. It's so beautiful. Even the music.
Yes, yeah. And the song actually, it reminds me a little bit of Aretha Franklin. It has those kind of segues, and Karen and Drew actually wrote that, and it's really a song.
Look, I don't mean to be quiet, but
Yes.
Tell me, y'all harmonize so well. More than most people really realize. How hard is it to harmonize like that?
Well, I think it's because of my mom. When we were little, and everybody says it's kind of like the blood, because we were sisters, and my mother taught us to blend. And that's the reason why she would wake us up in the middle of the night to sing, because nobody can really sing when they're sleeping.
Right.
So it had to have been somebody to come up with that concept, to get us up early like that, to create the harmonies that we had. And ever since then, we have stuck with that for over 30 years. And
wow.
Even now. Mm-hmm.
Now, the Lifetime movie, The Clark Sisters, I think it's like the highest rated movie they've ever had on the network.
Wow.
It is over like 20 million, once they get the final numbers in. How true to your life and your sister's life was that movie?
It is very true. It is so true. Actually, we have wrote the story, and when we presented the story to, of course, Holly Carter, I can't do anything without mentioning her, because she's the one that really kind of got us to end doing this movie. And she had been talking about it a long time, and she said, "Listen, this would be a perfect time to get the movie out." And so when we actually pulled the story together, we had about 5 or 6, 7 or 8, 9, 10 reads.
Wow.
Because we were trying to get it at least accurate as we could, and not add too much to it. We wanted to be authentic, and to let everybody know that families do go through. We every family is going through something. Yours is just not on Lifetime.
Right, exactly.
But every family's going through. And so we wanted to make sure that it was so real on the real. No, we wanted to make sure that it was on the real tip because we wanted them to see they had heard us, they saw us on stage, but we wanted them to hear our real story. And we could really talk about it, Loni, because my mom and dad had passed away. So now we could really tell the story.
Exactly. That's, I mean, well, you know what? You have blessed so many people with it. And just get ready for y'all Emmys. When the Emmy nominations, I'm on the TV Academy, believe me. I'm already.
But I'm sure Karen and Becky, I'm sure they are all watching. And look, we appreciate you, a person of your caliber, to be able to whatever you can do to help us sisters out.
No, you don't need no help because it showed, the numbers show the quality of the movie show. And I just want to thank Lifetime, but it's also important to be able to control your story. So I always tell people on here, control your story so that when it's said, then you can have control over it. And that's what you ladies did. And you've been blessing us and going to keep blessing us. I want to hear one more thing. We got just a little more time. There is Bishop J. Drew Sheard has the prayer call. And I think we need to talk about that, especially during these times for people that need prayer. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Absolutely. This prayer call, of course, there's Bishop has his call on Thursday at 12 noon. And there's been times when we get on the call and can't really get on the call because it'd be so many people that look forward to that call. And he thought to have it, and this was way before his mother passed. Of course, you know, he was like one of the first persons to talk about his parents having COVID-19. And when that happened, of course, and we've been hearing so many people, pass, unfortunately, through that. But when he made the statement, he thought that it would be a good time to have prayer. Because now conference calls now have turned into prayer calls. And so it has been absolutely phenomenal. And those that have not been on it, you want to just try 1 week, because even when we get off the call, Loni, you ought to hear when they open up the lines and people just be crying and praying and just saying, Lord, we thank you. When you're, just giving that thanks to God during this time. We're praying for everything that we're going through, those in the convalescent home, those in the hospitals, we're praying for those on the front line. We're praying for all of the essential workers, and it's amazing. We got young people praying. Of course, Kiara's praying on there. Of course,
yes.
Lady Karen Sheard is playing on there, Bishop, of course, and have a lot of his peers in the gospel, in the church, worldwide, and that's what's happening on that call. And then First Lady has one as well.
Oh, wow.
Wednesday, which is the day before. So a lot of women actually be on that call too. So it's been really, really empowering, impactful, and I know it's been encouraging for a lot of people.
Well, you know what? Your sisters and you and your whole family has been encouraging. And I thank you for spending some time with us, taking time out of your busy schedule. The Clark Sisters' new album, The Return, you can stream it on all platforms now. You guys support our sisters, the Clark Sisters, and Dr. Dorinda Clark Cole. Thank you for being with us at this time for Quarantine with Loni. You guys check back into the IG stories to see how we place. But thank you for everything today. And God bless you, Dr. Cole.
I love you, Loni.
I love you. Can't wait to see you again.
Okay, baby.
All righty. Take care.
All right.